everyone, and welcome back. We're back again.
Hi!
If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Dawn, aka Storm. We have Kim and we have Mom. Whatever location you're in. Sorry guys, we always move on Zoom and the recording's different from what we see. And we are going to be watching The Book of Eli. So this stars Denzel Washington. We've seen him before in Unstoppable. We really like that movie. Very intense. Based on a true story. You guys don't know anything about this movie though, right?
No, I've never heard of it.
I never. No,
so you're completely blind to it. I know a few things from it, but I've always wanted to watch it. We have been reacting on this channel now for about, I want to say like 4 years. I gotta look that up and see, but I think around 4 or 5 years, right?
A little over 4.
And we just kind of leave everything for the channel now. Like we just have a lot of fun together. So Denzel Washington's a good actor, and we have Gary Oldman as well. He's in this. You remember him?
Yes.
Sirius Black.
Sirius Black.
That's
Gordon.
Yep, and Gordon from Batman. He was in Planet of the Apes. I'm labeling things that we saw on the channel. And also Mila Kunis is in this. Mila Kunis. I really like her. So we haven't seen her actually on the channel, but you guys were saying during setup that you know her from the 70s show.
70s show, yeah.
I love the 70s show because that is so funny. For a while, like I would binge watch that, and I rarely binge watch anything. And I love that show. It was so freaking funny. Yeah, and she was great, and she was actually younger from what I remember, like younger than what she said to get that role.
Yes, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but she's a great actress, and she's in a lot of stuff now, and a lot of funny movies that I like. So she's in this, Gary Oldman, Denzel Washington. I'm sure we'll recognize, well, maybe we will. I'm just kind of being confident now because we've seen a lot of stuff now to see if we'll recognize anyone else. But so a lot of big roles, and maybe we'll notice other people as well. We'll find out.
Let's do it.
It is rated R. I laughed nervously, but this was back in 2010. The Book of Eli. Oh, it's a cat. That big bow for a cat.
Oh, God.
Oh, I don't want to see that.
Oh, he's so skinny.
Oh.
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 Wow.
It's depressing.
He's awfully lucky to be alive.
Yeah. Last man standing. Ow. Sorry.
Got hair.
Hairball.
Oh, feed him. Mouse, have some cat.
Yeah, right. Change it up.
Ironic.
I was thinking, like, I'm gonna eat you too.
Could you help me? The wheel came off. I can't fix it. But I can't.
That you can smell hijackers a mile off.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I'm impressed. Oh my God!
What the heck?
Oh!
Oh!
Oh, boy.
Freddy Krueger.
Oh, heads fly.
Whoa.
Holy!
Oh.
Oh!
Whoa.
You get blinded in the war by the sun after.
I was born this way, didn't I?
Things we take for granted.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
You have a book. Can I see it?
No, you cannot.
I
No.
just want to look at it.
I said no.
Listen, I can't even read. Come on, please let me just see it.
But did you do any reading?
Oh!
Oh, come on.
He said he read every day. Did he?
Oh, boy.
I need you to let her go.
Show me!
Oh, jeez. What a son of a bee. Oh.
Where is he?
Oh my God!
Oh, yeah, just like that.
Yep, failed at his job.
Oh my God, you hear a lot of shouting.
Missed.
Surprise. Oh, wow.
It's remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
Got him right in the knee.
Oh,
Oh, my God. Oh, wow.
that's impressive.
He just walks away.
That's right.
I left my glasses inside. Just take a look for me. I'll look out here.
She's gonna shake him up. Shake
Oh,
her off.
that's I had a feeling it was
Fuck you!
Mom, don't listen.
Oh, not her
Oh,
again.
no, no.
Are you okay?
Don't fall for it.
Oh,
Go.
okay.
There's guys in the tubes.
More guys there. More guys there.
Really?
Oh, girlfriend.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Sickos.
Oh, come on. Oh, come
my
on.
Oh my
Thanks.
God.
Just ripping her clothes.
Oh, Jesus, crying out loud.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, oh,
Ah.
oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
He probably hasn't gotten hugged
Oh,
in so
where's
long.
that?
Yeah. Should have taken the arrows back.
Yeah.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Did you write that?
Yes, I did. No. No.
The same.
That was around a long time before you were. One day, I heard a voice. It led me to a place where I found the book.
Hello, my name is Eli.
What
are you doing?
And then these guys.
Yeah, right?
It's like, how do you even hide? There's hardly anything out there to hide behind.
That's right.
He is so determined, like he's really
Yeah, he's
injured.
ready.
Absolutely no trespassing.
Mm.
Oh!
Holy crap, a trap!
Oh, my God.
I'm Martha. Would you care for some
She's
tea?
cute. Oh, my goodness.
Looks like they're prepared. Oh my God.
If there's tea, there's water.
Graves? Sure. Be uncivilized not to bury them.
They didn't just kill them, they ate them.
Her hands were shaking.
Too much human meat. Let's go.
I found some meat. Hope you're hungry.
I've got some meat.
No.
Oh,
No,
Please, Dorothy, thank you for the tea.
thank you for the tea.
Thank you so
watch
much
your
for the
step.
tea.
Oh,
Quickly,
boy.
quickly. Where's your backpack?
Oh, we're back in.
The gang.
I just set out the good china.
Fuck the China. Have you got any more weapons? I'll show you.
I gotta ring my bell in the background. Oh, it is a booby.
Oh, my gosh. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, look at what he's got there.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Oh, my
Oh,
God. Whoa.
Oh my God.
Of
they're
course
gonna
they have a
get the
Gatling
heavy-
gun.
Oh, come on.
Okay, it's time to go.
He's like
shoot
almost
him.
walking in
There.
front of it.
What?
Yeah, I was going to say, shoot him.
Where's the book?
You shot him.
Oh,
Oh,
my God.
Don't tell him.
they did so well for so long.
Yeah, he did. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, right?
God is good, is he not?
Yes, he is, but you're not.
Not all.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you see that lightning?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
Leave him alone!
It was almost like he was in shock that he got shot.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Most valuable thing.
Wait. Oh, my gosh.
But you have to lose,
She
right?
does.
All right. Yeah.
Whoa.
Damn, I needed that vehicle to shoot up there.
That's right.
Oh,
Whoa.
thank you, sweetie.
My grenade, yeah.
Thank you. Oh, got the second.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's like right there.
He'll help her. He'll help.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
He's gone far.
Whoa.
incredible.
Wow, he's.
Oh, he can't open it.
Uh-huh.
Look at that.
Wow, even the Golden Gate Bridge. We've seen a lot of movies on this bridge.
Planet of the Apes.
Yes. She should probably do it for a while.
She's good at it.
Yeah,
Go in
she's probably
circles.
never been in a boat before.
My name is Eli. I have a King James Bible in my possession. Remain where you are.
Holy.
That's it. It's open.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
Uh-huh.
Could you get us some writing paper?
Pay close attention and write down everything I say.
There was nothing in the book.
That's right.
Read it.
It's been so long, I don't remember.
Good for her.
Good.
Good.
The leverage.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pages. Must take a long time to do that.
Oh my gosh, look at all that. Wow. Wow.
Thank you for the friend I made. Please watch over her as you watched over me.
Nice.
Following in his footsteps.
That is great.
Oh, wow. Oh,
I think that's so powerful. The Hughes brothers.
that was. Oh
Wow, that was incredible.
Wow,
So
you
I gotta
sure
ask you
was.
guys a question, okay? Because it is a very
Yes.
powerful movie, but I'm not sure if you caught on to the ending. Do you get what happened with Eli? He died at the end. You saw
Yeah.
that he
Right,
did
yes,
not
so
survive his wound, and he had a book of Braille. How would he be able to read Braille?
He was blind the whole time.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, so you
okay.
did know. You did know that.
Yes,
You caught on to
alright.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
was
wasn't
blind
sure.
the whole
That's
time.
feeling.
He was blind the entire time.
Isn't that something?
My mind was blown when I found that out. I'm like,
Yeah,
no
me too.
freaking way. Because
Okay.
everything that happens in this movie, it doesn't seem like he is. But now going back and actually rewatching it, again, I didn't see the whole thing the first time. This is the first time I saw it all the way through. But actually knowing that he's blind and seeing how he reacts to things, he always turns his head and listens. And that's how he like hears people coming. And even in the beginning when those guys jumped him, he knew they were there before that, and he smelt them. And he's like, oh, you know, you guys smell, so I could find you or whatever. And they came right out. And,
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
and then the shootout too, when they were all shooting at him when he was trying to leave the town originally, and
I
that
was
one
like,
guy.
"Oh,
Like
did
that
they not
one?
hit
Yeah,
him?" I
yeah.
thought they were just bad shots.
So that one guy,
God.
I believe, that was staring at him, who wanted Solara, like he was looking at him and point blank pointing the gun at him like this, and he wasn't making a sound. So I think he got it right then that holy crap, this guy's blind.
Blind, yeah.
And he's
Oh,
blessed
yeah.
or something, because I shot at him twice and you could tell he was a good shot, and he was baffled that it didn't hit him. And he's like,
Yeah.
what? And then the next time when he was just right in his face like that and he didn't flinch and he lowered his gun, I think that's when he realized there's something
realized-
major going on with this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
And he even
I
mentioned,
know.
he even mentioned at one point that he's protected. He goes, I think he's protected in some way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes,
To
he
his
did.
boss. That was so shocking. So I'm curious what you guys think about that. Was he actually blind? That's 100% how I took it. But Ryan and I had a debate a while ago, and he's like, I don't know. Was he really? And I'm like, yeah, like look at all these hints. Him turning his head, like he always listens. And even the, you know, the tanks and the trucks, those armored cars coming, he felt the ground, and, you know, he just knew like when stuff was going on. And even hunting, he would touch the ground and then he would listen for a flutter and then he shot. Like
And when
it
he
was
heard,
always with sound and smell.
When he heard the vehicles, when he heard the bird, yep, when he heard the
Yeah.
bird, he's
Mhm.
like, wait, do you hear that? And she's like, no, I don't hear it. And I thought it was, he heard the vehicles coming. I'm like,
Yes.
well, she could hear that too. And then when she said no, and he got the bird like spot on.
Mm-hmm. I love her following him too. I thought that was great because he needed the company. He wanted to be by himself because this lifestyle is harsh on anyone, and being on the road is really scary. But she's only known bad stuff at the town. Like, she's only known bad things. So it was good for her to go with him. But she learned a lot on the way, and it was so cool that he could just really stop and listen. And I'm glad he was around when she got ambushed.
Yeah,
like, how lucky was that?
She realized how bad it was out too.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't good either way, wherever you are.
And him trying to protect her and leave her there was not good, because her going after the water and being locked in there. Why are you locked in there? And Eli is gone, and I need that guy. So she would have gotten worse trouble staying there. So I feel like it's all about faith, and fate led them to meet up and to go together, and now she's going to carry on the word. Like, yes, they have the book now, they're going to print it, but they're still a long way off to establish like civilization again and to teach people. So her spreading the word, so she was part of that. And he even said during the huge shootout with the old couple there, he's like, you and I know we'll get out of this. You and I will survive this. And then he said to the elderly, he's like, well, I don't know about you guys, though. So it's kind of like bad humor. But
and she wanted to learn. She wanted to learn what was in the book.
Yeah. And she doesn't know how to read. And I was kind of thinking, like, holy crap, maybe he taught her Braille at some point. But honestly, like he said, the book is only for me to know, because that was the word of God telling him that you're the protector of this book. You have to get this to this location so people can know about me again. So just interesting.
The whole thing is interesting to see what this war was about, and apparently it was about religion.
Yeah.
They had,
I like how they didn't explain it. They left it open.
Weather related on top of it. What happened? Was it?
At first seeing the big crater, because we saw that crater a couple times, that huge one, I'm like, wow, was that a meteorite? And I'm like, no, because they were talking about the war, and there was a big bright blast, so probably a nuclear blast, and people were blinded by it. So maybe there were multiples. I'm assuming with the apocalypse, like, I don't know if it's just like the U.S., if it's just a part of the U.S. I'm assuming it might be the whole world. Maybe the whole world was at war, doing nuclear bombs.
It's just
devastated. Everything's gone. Like, how depressing. As depressing as this was, it was so beautifully done, and I love the style, the color themes, just kind of antique-ish looking.
Yes,
I really enjoyed
the sky
that.
was always ominous. It was always had little bright and darkness, always.
Yeah. And you have the sun rays coming down a lot. I thought that was kind of neat. So that was kind of almost religious too, where you have the sun coming down. Yeah, like the heavens coming down and guiding him or blessing him or something. And but yeah, the ending just ending floored me. Like if I was blind to this, it would have been so great. Again, I only saw middle, probably to the end, and oh my God, like I freaked out. I'm like, no way. Ryan's like, what? I'm like, he was reading Braille the whole time. Like, he was there before the blast. You know, this is 31's after the blast, and he's older than that. So how would he know Braille, like, afterwards? Like, he'd have to know it beforehand unless he had some kind of job in teaching the blind or helping the blind. Why would he know that? So he had to be blind.
Unless he was
unless he knew both. And how great is that? That he's the protector of this book, and no one else can read it, because it's a harsh world now. And they do have blind people though, because we even saw Maria, like Solura's mom. She's blind. She was born blind. And that one girl, I didn't realize, that was shaving Gary Oldman. She was blind. I thought, like, wow, she's really looking off and just using a blade. And so she might have been blinded by the blast.
Because he was asking, were you blinded
by the blast or the light?
Yes. Yeah. She said, no, I was born with it.
Yeah. So she was born and she survived, and a lot of people must have been blinded. And honestly, how do you survive? I think there's a lucky few. Like we saw that one girl, which I'm assuming that was shaving him, that probably was blinded by the blast. I don't know. But I like how it's sad, but how everything's in ruin. And it kind of reminded me of a Western that town did. I don't know if you had that feeling, but immediately seeing it, like totally a Western feel, you know.
There was no greenery, there was no anything. It was all deserted.
And I like being reminded of all the different things. Like you have the vehicles everywhere just lined up, and you have the bridges that are destroyed. And it's just so sad, but it keeps making you ask what happened. And again, they hinted to this probable nuclear war that took place. but no one's mutated or anything. I don't know, but
when that book first opened, I thought there was nothing in it, and it was just a symbol for him to carry, and he just had it all in his head, and he did, but I thought it was just a symbol at first, and then when I saw the braille, I'm like, I cannot believe it.
I just thought there was blank pages inside.
Get all those guys, like, precisely when he was in fights, like, it was inevitable he was going to die, and he was just...
He was so spot on. And I know that's so violent because we hear these things like, God, it's all about the people loving each other, taking care of each other. And then you have this guy who's just killing everyone, but he's trying to survive. You're in a bad world now. Like, you have angels and demons, kind of like evil versus good, going after each other and trying to balance out maybe. And he's against all these odds. And just to be able to take them out so skilled, and he's blind, which you didn't know until the end.
Yes.
You know, and he can skillfully take these people out by numbers who are lethal killers, and some of them eat people. Ew, you know, like.
And even when he heard the girl being raped before she was killed in the beginning, when he thought he was looking down, he can hear them. He's like, "Stay on course, stay on course."
It's hard for him not to.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
It's for the overall good in the end. He has to go out west. He has to do this.
And he was saying he has this feeling inside. He was trying to explain it, saying, like, you know, you have to go with faith. Like, I know where to go, but I can't explain why. And he knew at that point he couldn't intervene because it would have messed up his journey. So he only did the things that he knew he had to do when he had a gut feeling about it. So I just thought it was so cool.
It was, especially going into the bar to get the water. He had to go get his charging, and then he had to go get water. So it was all part of the mission.
Yeah.
At hand.
And I noticed too that Eli would be in the dark a lot too when he was reading. Like, they always had some lighting somewhere.
Yes.
But he didn't mind the dark at all, and he always like walked into it. And in the beginning, with the first guys, like those cannibal guys that ambushed him. I keep saying ambush, but they were already there. He heard them, then they came out. So I want to say they did kind of ambush him. And he walked under the dark bridge into the shadows, and then we saw that cool scene of the silhouettes of him taking out everyone. So he was using that, I would think, in his favor because he's blind anyways. So he's using instinct, but he also knows he's protected by God, so he knows he's going to get through that. So insane.
Right, and it's a disadvantage for them.
I thought Mom would really like this movie. I know it's so violent, but just because of the whole hope religious thing and that God's like guiding, protecting everybody, I thought you would like that.
Yes, I did very much.
Yeah, and it's interesting because there's so many different, of course, like different ways of war, but religion does play a big part in it. You want to have hope, you want to have love, and some people take it to a whole nother level where they think they're better than other people, they judge other people, and it's just not good. So it's just interesting how they subtly touch on certain things that, what caused this? Religion probably caused this? Who knows? But I'm glad they were able to bring the word back out, because people do need to have hope. And
there's Judgment Day at the end, you know, so you have
he got his, didn't he?
You want to go to heaven, right?
That's right.
What a world to live in. You have no choice, and you have to survive in this world. How awful is that? People just turn into monsters. It's so brutal.
And right down to chapstick. What do you have? Do you have chapstick? Do you have wet wipes?
Sugar or salt or whatever you had, the KFC bags.
I feel so bad having like a little stockpile because of the
And then sometimes you throw them out. Like, I have a whole bag of stuff, and I'm like, oh, well, I don't need this. I don't use Sweet and Low, or I don't use. And Mom's like, no, Dad does. No. But it's funny because it's expired. You just don't think about it. But that stuff is valuable in the apocalypse. Like, you can't find that anywhere.
That's right.
So even water, the thing that you need the most, water. Oh, and you see dirty water in places, but you got to drink what you got. And
have to.
Yeah, so that's like desperate too. Wow, I was really thirsty during this, I have to say.
Yeah, I kept drinking water and keep drinking water.
I love Mila Kunis and Denzel Washington together. I like them together,
very
Eli
good,
and
yes.
Gloria. Yeah.
That's very good.
I really liked them
Oh my
together.
gosh.
And it was hard for her in the beginning because she had no choice. And to see all that control was just so scary. And she's like, can I just stay here? I can't leave because he's going to hurt my mom. And I love their relationship where it was, to me, like a father-daughter kind of thing. Maybe
Definitely.
just, of course, they're friends.
Yes.
But I love that relationship that didn't go any farther than that. That he really did
And
care
even
for
offered
her.
food to her.
To share. And she wasn't used to that. So she was grabbing stuff. And he's like, no, let's sit down and we'll... He didn't say pray, but they prayed together, and
that's good.
So
and she
everything
immediately
led
did it to her
good.
mother. The next day, she immediately did it to her mother,
which made him hear it, and then he's like, "Oh," and that started the whole crazy thing. But all that had to happen to get him where he was, or ended up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it could have been different if he didn't say anything. But he just goes by faith, so he just thought maybe that's what he had to do at the time to spread the word.
Fantastic.
And it worked until he heard it. Insane.
Very good movie.
Yeah, it reminded me of Mad Max. I have not seen Mad Max. I know Mel Gibson's in it, but
is it with Tina?
I don't know who's in it, honestly. I
Tina.
saw, I want to say like maybe a few clips of a couple minutes and not much
Tina
at
Turner's
all.
in it. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't even know. I just know Mel Gibson plays a role in it.
Hero. Yeah.
And I just remember seeing vehicles that are, I think they're armored up. I think they have all kinds of metal just hammered into them.
I've seen a little bit of that.
Yeah. Me too. I just saw
so
parts
this
of it.
kind of made me think of that. So I'm sure this probably was influenced by Mad Max. If you guys can let us know, I would love to know that. And who knows, maybe that'll be on the list soon. Because anytime we watch something, like now we get requests to do with either the actors, the director, or like the theme, apocalypse theme or something.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, but...
Oh, no.
Wow, yeah, I would not want to be in that kind of world. No one would want to, but I'm like, oh, I think right away, I'm like, how would I survive this if I didn't get blasted away? You know, like personality-wise, survival instinct-wise,
It's
like
scary.
would I survive? I don't know, but pretty crazy. So
It was.
I love it.
I was very impressed by the elderly couple.
Oh my
yeah,
God!
I mean, it was
yeah.
not what they were doing, but they had to survive.
Right. Oh,
it was
yeah.
them or other people doing it to them.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was one thing that I loved watching with you guys, because watching it all the way through, I got the hand shaking thing. Because when they mentioned that and said, oh, they killed all these people, we got to get out of here, they ate their flesh too, I was like, well, how do you know that? Their hands are shaking. Okay, well, elaborate. I don't know what that means. But then he said eat too much meat. So yes, like I knew in that moment, but I like the build up to it where they mentioned that, like people, every time you go into a new place and they don't know you, they're like, let me see your hands. So they want to make sure your hands are steady, because too much human meat, too much cannibalism makes you shaky and stuff. I'm like, ew. Oh, can you imagine trying to survive and the things you do? Oh, no way. I died. No way. I don't know. Yuck. Oh, another human, man. And they had them all buried in the back.
Oh, yeah.
They were funny, though. They made me laugh. They really did make me laugh a lot. I'm like, oh, they died. Oh, but it was kind of like, oh, that sucks. But you're like, this is kind of cool. And they're so, like, trained. Like, that's how they survive. They act like sweet, batty old people. And then she has her gun, and she's like, I know what to do. And she's by the window ready. And they just have a stockpile of weapons and the couch. And so it was just awesome.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah, so very good movie. Please leave in the comments what you thought of this movie. If you guys were shocked about what happened at the end. Was he actually blind? Was he not actually blind? And was he a follower? Well, he was a follower of God, but was he protected by God? I'm assuming he was. And I like all the different miracles that happened around him and how skilled he was. So pretty cool.
That's right. It's very good.
And one last thing, I love the music. The music was great.
Oh,
that really
good.
hit
Oh,
me
gosh.
like every time when the music really picked up.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Again, just heavenly. You know, I just really enjoyed that a lot. So I know
Oh
we're out
my
of time
gosh.
today. Thank you, ladies, for watching
Yes.
this today. That was great.
Okay.
Please subscribe, guys. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. That helps us out greatly.
Yes, all right.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thumbs up.
Woohoo.